Welcome
Welcome
to
to
Shade in
Shade
the
in the
City.
City.
I'm your girl, Treese.
It's Nels.
And today, y'all, we are jumping into our Love Doing Lockup review. It is season 6, episode 3. And yeah, or it's season 4, episode 53. I don't know, they be confusing, but I'm gonna give y'all both numbers and y'all do which one. Anyway, but we appreciate you being here, new viewers, and our Shade Squad. If you have not already, please make sure that you hit that like button.
And the subscribe button.
And
And
y'all,
just in case we have the freaking number of the show wrong, it's called Once a Criminal.
Once a Criminal, yes, right. So yes, let's get into it because our girl. I always feel like Latisha and Raneka kind of be like each episode, like outside of Andy's little issues that he got. But anyway, and we'll pick that back up soon as well. But anyway, y'all, let's get into it and let's get shady. Picking up with Latisha, she's still upset that the call has dropped. But Keith does finally call her back to her relief. And he reassures her that, it was an accident. He didn't purposely hang up on her. He wasn't trying to avoid no hard questions. And so she jumps right back in it and is like, so did you smash Deanna? And he's like, you should ask her.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that because it was just about to come out of my mouth. That pissed me off. That's your homegirl. Why don't you ask it? Nigga, you my husband. I'm asking you.
Right. And so
Don't play on my phone.
This obviously gets under Latisha's skin. And so finally he's like, no, we didn't or whatever. So then she's like, well, I just want to make sure there's no feelings and all this other stuff. And I was like, okay, girl, I think you might be.
My voice don't annoy you?
A little bit. Yeah, it does.
She gets like squirrel. Like her face is kind of squirrelish.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Not squirrelish. I think she's cute. Anyway. I guess
or weasel, like weaselish.
I think I would give squirrel cuter than weasel, but I'd rather be run up on by a squirrel than a weasel. Weasel gives me.
I think I'm gonna go with weasel.
You're awful. So then basically she just lets us know that she's not really here for her husband's popularity. Apparently he was that guy when he was out here in these streets. And he had so many women, but she says aside from that, she 100% trusts him now. Of course. So she tells him she's going to talk to a lawyer about making him a part of their business. Now, we do see a short clip of her bringing in all the girls to introduce them to Keith on a video call.
To a phone. It wasn't even a video call. It wasn't a video call.
I thought he was seeing them.
Nope. She just had the phone set up. There was no video call. I thought it was the dumbest shit in the world.
Oh, well, then that is stupid.
And she literally brought them into his office individually so they could. It was just dumb. It was just stupid.
If doing too much was a person. So then Latisha goes to see her attorney, which I thought was funny because I was like, and granted, I guess somebody could be your attorney and maybe
they're your attorney once you hire them, because I thought the same thing.
Because when she introduced herself, I said, if this is your attorney, why are y'all just meeting?
And why are you just now seeing his office for the first time?
Right.
Because she was like, oh yeah, I'm going to see my attorney. But then when she was like, oh, you got a nice office, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna let it pass.
But look, is this a free consultation and you trying to make this your attorney, girl? I'm just saying. So she asked him about bringing Keith into her business. She explained, why she's there, because obviously he's a convict, and asked what his recommendations are. And he's like, well, what is he in for? And she explains that it's conspiracy and drugs. So he tells her that he doesn't think that would be allowed with his background. And she doesn't think that should be an issue because it wasn't a financial crime. So he lets her know that a conspiracy charge basically is is very closely related to money. And she doesn't think it's fair that he's being punished for his past mistakes. And he basically tells her, it's not about fair, sweetheart. I'm gonna need you to get your head out the clouds. He tells her that you took an oath as an accountant to protect your clients and their money
from people like your husband.
Right. And you could be held liable if anything goes wrong. So
and do some jail time.
Right. She's still trying to argue that it was just drugs, and tells her, and he tells her, look, conspiracy means unethical conduct, and tells her
basically
to look it up. I said, can we have, I need her to go visit her attorney. I need her to retain.
Right. I like him.
I like him too. He needs to be retained. Can y'all do that for her, WeTV, please?
I like him a lot.
And then he explains that they have fiduciary duties. And now that he's broken that down, she's rethinking things a little bit more. She asks about protecting herself, and he tells her about a post-nuptial agreement, which we've heard.
Yeah, apparently she wants to open up another business with
right
now she knows she can't do this one, and he tells her to get a post-nup.
Right, and basically just to protect her from any money that she may need to come into or may come into during the marriage, so that she doesn't have to split it, or making sure that it actually goes to her kids. Now she wants to make sure he's protected as well as her kids and his kids. And I said, okay. And she plans to talk to him about it in hopes that he doesn't take it the wrong way. And I said, well, if somebody's not putting anything in the pot, I don't think they should have anything to say.
Can't say that I disagree on that one. But yes, it's Raneka Asonta.
She did look cute. You got to give it to her. Her wig did look better this episode.
She's just not cute.
You're terrible. Go ahead.
And in her outfit, what the hell she got?
She won't give her no little bit of rope or nothing. She just.
So Raneka is getting ready for her party. Her mom tried to come talk to her, and she said, listen, I don't want to hear none of that if it ain't to support me and mine. Okay.
She said, I'm gonna stick beside him, and y'all gonna stop trying to make me not stick beside him.
She thought her mom is the controlling type, and she's always been that way with her kids. She just don't want her kids to leave the nest. Her mama told her that she wants her, no, I'm sorry, she told her that she wants to build a family with him. And her mom said, girl, you can do better. Can she though?
Well, apparently, based off what her mom said, this is a pattern for her. She clearly, her picker is off. From what mama said.
Basically, her mom is like, how are you so obsessed with this man? You never even met him. She said, that she's been living there all her life, and she wants a better opportunity for the both of them. So she's going to go, regardless of what anybody says. Her mom said, he can come out and totally leave your ass. And according to Treese, that's possibly what happened. And she said, no, he's going to come out and treat me like a queen. He's going to treat me like,
even though he ain't got no money, even though I'm be taking care of him, and he going to be living his best soft life.
Yeah,
I'm going to be treated like the queen.
Exactly. So her mom just gave up and said, you know what, let's just go out and have a good time. So, she gets to the party. She loved that all her friends and family were there, regardless whether they support her or not. Her sister started, oh my goodness, getting in that ass.
I'm here for Shakola.
Talking about how she's leaving for a dude. She chasing the team. I said, oh my goodness. So Raneka's like, she's just drunk, girl.
No, I think she was saying the same thing the last episode.
I think she was drunk.
Uh-oh.
But you know what they say about drunk tales, okay?
Okay.
So in the confessional, she said, she's taking my nieces down there, and she don't even know this man. She said, I'm mad, bitch.
Right.
So Raneka said, they running their mouth, and they've dated convicts before. They all like convicts that we know. I think listen.
I think she had a point. I was like, you can't be.
I think she had a point too. Listen, because that's my main thing. Listen, I'm not for dating convicts, but if you gonna do it, I would not say pick up and leave with your kids and leave your whole family for a man you never even met.
Well, that part.
And it sounds like they convicts that they knew them before they got locked up. I'm just saying. So then Raneka basically started spraying her with her water or whatever. I was like,
oh yeah, you know what was so crazy? I was like, I've had moments where I get angry or we disagree, but I was like, that would have never went like that if that was me and Nels. I don't think I think I know better than I would never lose my mind that much that I think I'm going to throw a drink at her. Okay.
It was listen. She didn't throw a drink. But regardless, I think in the same regard, it was still disrespectful. She like took her water bottle and basically like, cool off, bitch. Like, cool off. What made it even worse was then she went and got security to have her sister and her friends escorted out the building.
Probably because she needed it after throwing water on them. Because if I'm gonna do that, that is the only time that you will ever see me throw water at her. If I know I got a security team that I can run to that can hold her back, that can hold her back, then absolutely I might try some stupidness.
Security ain't gonna be there forever.
But ain't no way.
She gotta get back home. She wanna make it to Atlanta the next day. Her sister know where she lives.
I said that was just
I don't think that was the safe decision.
I don't either.
But her sister kept it cool. I wouldn't say she kept it cordial, but she was cool. She ain't swing no hand. She didn't resort to violence. Okay. Right. They just was arguing outside the club, back and forth. And basically, Raneka went back inside. She said she was going to perform. Her sister said, F that, I'm going in this party.
Raneka said, you can't take everybody to the top with you.
The top of what?
Don't do that. She out here climbing.
Climbing what? Girl, but yes, that's what she said. Basically she got back in the club. She threw shade at her family. I don't care if it's your sister, your family. They don't support you. If they haters, child, ain't nobody hating on you. She said you can't take everybody to the top with you. Girl, they was trying to save you, honey. They was trying to save you. But what they say? Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Don't save her.
We meet. I knew we had other people on the cast.
Oh, that's what we're getting into. Okay.
I didn't think it could be more foolish, but we meet our girl, Savannah. I can't even call her our girl. Let's not claim her.
I was just about Tracy. Oh my goodness. I'm about to say she ain't our girl.
She don't go here. So
nope.
we meet Savannah. She's 26. She's a director of operations of a performing arts company, but she loves to act herself. She says that she loves attention, and she feels like that she's always the bridesmaid and never the bride. Now
because she was a hoe.
Well, she does reveal that. Now she she is dating Jake, who is 30 and has been in jail for 12 years for first-degree robbery.
I thought Jake wasn't bad looking. When he was a little kid, I didn't think he was cute. But the other pictures that he got older, I was like, oh, they are. He's okay.
She says she was studying. Look, that's giving weasel. She says she was studying for an acting role for the wife of someone incarcerated and reached out to Jake for research purposes. And they've been talking ever since. And I hate to say it, I think that goes back to her admitting that she might be a little bit of a whore. So she says the best sex she's ever had has been with Jake, although it's been over the phone. Yeah. These people and their phone sex is, I mean, I guess you got to get it how you live, right? She says,
my thing is, of course, you're best at pleasuring your damn self. Girl, you sound crazy.
Well, her friend, so she's talking to her homegirl. She's like, why Jake? And she's like, I used to be kind of a hoe. This is what Nels was talking about. And she's cheated on all her exes. I said, well, at least if the first step, what they say, first step is admitting that you have a problem. So at least we've gotten there. And then her friend asks if she's concerned if he may be talking to other women, and Savannah admits that she is, but shares that, and also shares that he's been engaged twice, but refuses to be engaged with her. Now, her friend is questioning her judgment and thinks that this will end terribly, as we all do. He calls and she, takes a walk to go talk to him. And she shares that she was talking to her friend about him and asks him why he doesn't want to make that commitment. And Savannah wants to marry him like right now. And she wants to be able to celebrate 50 years of marriage if both are still living. And he does not want to discuss this. And basically, she asked him if he would feel differently if things were different between her and his mom. Now, apparently, the mom doesn't really see it for her. They met, I guess, during a visit back in 2019 where she went to see him. And she thought everything went well, but then after the visit, the mom kind of called her a crazy bitch. So, yeah, and he basically said, well, I can't make my mama like you. So, and she's like, well, if your mom doesn't change her mind by the time you get out, what does that mean? And he's basically not trying to worry about 5 years from now, because he probably is not even thinking that you'll still be around 5 years from now. I really,
she stuck it out for 4.
And my thing is, anyway, at least most of the jailbirds will be promising you a future. This nigga can't even promise you that. He's letting you know.
I like it. I love it. We need some more of it.
All right. Yeah, basically, he lets her know that he's never felt this way about anyone. I was like, okay, girl. So then she's waiting for her friend Sam to come over to her house so they can work on sending letters for his commutation. Is that what I got? Mm-hmm. Which is basically, I guess, they're writing letters to like the governor or senator or whatever to try to get his sentence commuted or, basically brought down.
Get it reduced, saying that he's rehabilitated now.
Right. And then she hopes once they get out that, once he gets out, that they can get married. So she calls, I said, she's still, and like she said, I'm like a woodpecker. I'm gonna just keep. And I said, well, so she calls Sam to see where she is and gets no response. And then calls his aunt and gets sent to voicemail. And I said, nobody is on this shit except you. His own family don't want to help him, and your friends are not joining in your foolishness. Sounds like it's a job you're going to have to do on your own. Now, basically, she gets a call from Jake, and she gets all emotional and tells him she was trying to work on this, commutation, and his family isn't really helping. And he basically tells her not to worry about it. And she's like, well, if you, I'm the person that's here for you and I'm doing all of these things, well, then why don't you want to get married? And
she said, if you bring that one more time,
right,
we're going to fight.
Mm-hmm. And then she's like, is it because of the cheating? And then we learn that apparently maybe some of the reason why his mama don't mess with her is because apparently she was at some show and went and talked to the band. And then a member from the band is from the same place or knows her. And I said, small in world. And apparently told her they met on Tinder and he was swiping.
They was hooking up. They were hooking up, but what she said was true. But she said, but apparently the dates was the issue. He said that they were still hooking up around the time that her and Jake were together.
And Jake said that, he believes her for her word, but he ain't gonna co-sign it.
Sure. Right. He said, I'm just trusting you. I don't know for sure.
Right.
Out there.
And then he asked her, basically, if I tell you every day how I feel about you, why do you need more than that? And tells her that basically he doesn't want his marriage tied to him being in jail, which I don't believe it, but it was a good excuse.
It was a great excuse.
It was a great excuse. And basically tells her, I wish you would stop asking. But love you, babe. I said, oh, well, and that's good old Savannah for you. Sticking it out through thick and thin. That's what you call riding or,
Brianna calls Andy and tells him that, she's still pissed from the day before. She feels she was blindsided because he made it seem like he had a great relationship with his kids, or as she said, this Brady Bunch dad. She says she doesn't even think it's a good idea for him to come to the visit this weekend because her kid is going to be there and she doesn't want to add any more drama to her life. And she also says she really doesn't even know if they should even continue to be together because he avoids problems. She said, if your kids think you're a piece of caca, why shouldn't I? And she's just pissed. She says she feels lied to. And really, this sounds so one-sided because, like he said, he wasn't able to get a word in. So he didn't really get a chance to say much. Now, he does say that, it's hard to explain why his kids feel that, he left them high and dry. He said he was going through a very testy divorce and said there were times where he would leave for a few days to go clear his mind. And he had no idea that they felt the way that they did because, he's been present ever since. So, I mean, that kind of relates. I know Teresa's giving me the look, but that relates to what I said last week.
I mean, he might not know, but I don't know. Them girls had a different story. And again, it's all about it's all about perception, right? So you may see a certain situation and, oh, this is how I've raised, but at the end of the day, your child may see it differently and feel like, well, no, you didn't do this and this and this. And because they're their own people, you kind of have to respect that.
So part of me, I get what you're saying, but one part of me feels like you're grown, and I think you can see it from a grown person's perspective.
Well, they also they probably don't also have kids, and we know how things change, and you look at things differently. Even I can admit how I viewed my mother and how I was raised definitely changed once I became a mother, and I could understand a little bit more.
That does make a difference. But also, I've also been told almost my entire life, whatever your parents didn't do for you, basically suck that shit up and move the fuck on. You still need you can't let that hinder you.
No, I mean, yeah,
there's no way that they can't go back and change it.
Right.
They can't fix anything. They did the best, or hopefully they did the best that they could with what they had in that time. So,
and see, I think that's a big difference. Well, at least in my opinion, I think that's the big difference between probably like our generation, like the older generations versus this new generation where, they want their parents to be accountable for, and whereas us, it was like, you better be lucky your parents were there for you and shut up, and that you got parents and they ain't just drop you off on somebody's doorstep.
But see, even with that, I feel like being accountable is, I took y'all when your mom left you.
Here we go.
I went out.
Going under the bus again.
I went on the road.
I ain't got my cape today, y'all. I ain't got it.
I went on the road and did a job that I didn't necessarily want to do. I quit my job to take care of y'all. What we being accountable for making sacrifices? I'm accountable for doing the best I could with what I had.
Well, I'm gonna give you that. Nels has points sometimes. So then we catch up with Jade. She's getting a call from Chris and she's asking basically why he was freaking out like he was. And he says that, he gets so jealous and he's trying to call and she doesn't answer and he feels like she's not thinking about him. And I said,
that girl got, what are them things called? Them like freaking board things she got him all over the goddamn house. There's no way she can't think about you. You're literally in every room.
Right.
Everywhere she turns around.
So he tells her hours go by and basically you don't answer. What am I supposed to do? So she said that, you didn't act like this.
Yard.
Huh? Go to the yard.
Go to sleep. Go to the yard.
You stupid. Basically, I know, go watch some TV, go do a sport, right. Join a club.
Go play some checkers or some chess or something. Go do something. Go read a book.
Right. So basically, she's like, you didn't act like this at first. And basically, she doesn't know what changed or why he started to act like this. And he admits that he has some stuff to work on, but you can clearly see he ain't trying to work on it that hard. So she lets him know that she's bringing Jess with her on her visit. And he doesn't seem to be too excited and basically thinks that Jess is going to grill him once she gets there. And says that he doesn't think that she has his best interest at heart and doesn't want them together. And I was like, because her job is to make sure her sister's best interest. That's her job. Not to worry about you. I think you got it confused. So then they end up video chatting and having phone sex, and you know, she says they've kissed at most, but they've never actually had sex, as we probably figure, unless you get conjugal. And then she says she's not going to leave Chris.
Well, there was one, it was Love After Lockup season where the chick got pregnant while the dude was locked up. They used to sneak into the closet. They used to pay the guard to sneak into the closet. So you never know.
Oh.
You never know. I think that's why they got to make it clear. We ain't doing it.
Oh.
They waited till after he came home. But you know, he was still on probation. I need to find out what happened with him. Because
this is news to me. Look, I need to go back in my love after lockup library. But basically she says she's not gonna leave Chris, especially because he only has a year left. And I said he gonna get home and drive you up the wall. I think I give them a good 6 months together before especially once he's home, I give them a good 6 months.
Brittney and Kerok. So Brittney and Kerok's family, they got a bigger place because since she moved in, you know, they need more space. She says she's proud of herself. She's, you know, doing so much better after she got locked up, because apparently before she got locked up, she was homeless, sleeping in laundry rooms. That would have scared the out of me.
Right.
Don't have me going to do my laundry and there's a whole freaking homeless woman in there.
And she robbing people?
Guess what? Listen, I would have turned to them, okay, and you would have got locked up way sooner than you did.
Nell said, I'm neighborhood watch, bitch.
Yes, get her hell out of here.
That's funny.
So you know, she said she left her parents' home because they were super strict. And she said she kind of basically got into everything. She was selling drugs. She was stealing clothes from the mall. Then that's how she got into doing robberies. But, you know, she says that she's ready for Kerok to come home. She's been doing her research about them having a baby. And she also wants to have a family dinner with him and her family. But she wants to start with her dad first because she feels like her mom is super old school and she might be a little bit harder. Now, her friend Shayla suggests that she try to work on her relationship with her mom first before having her sit down with Kerok, and Brittney ain't here for it. She's like, no, I ain't doing it. Me and my mama don't talk like that. We ain't got that type of relationship. Clearly, she just feels she needs some support from Kerok, I guess, with this situation.
I guess. I don't think I'm kind of with her friend. That don't make sense. If your mama don't already rock with you and you give her another, you already know she's not going to probably agree to this. And then the next time you go talk to her, you're going to bring her another reason to not rock with you. Like, I don't know why. I don't know why she thinks that, because if she brings Kerok, like that's somehow going to make them
and I would
open arms.
And I would think that would also, because who knows if the mom is like, you know, what type of attitude she might have. She might be disrespectful to Kerok. Kerok might feel some type of way, especially after Kerok's family has taken her in so easily.
Right.
I think it would be nice for her to speak to her mom first so she can feel her out, you know, and see how she feels about it. And then it's not like she's kind of pushing Kerok into this hostile environment. So basically her friend, Shayla, you know, she had to leave. And by this time, this girl done realized she lost track of time. She was supposed to have an 8:30 visit with Kerok. So she ended up missing the visit, and he called her on the phone and he is pissed. Okay, you know, she missed the visit. He's like, what you're not about to do is have me get all dressed up, get all fine and stuff, and he sit here in front of the screen and you don't show. Don't expect another visit. Click. I said, oh,
he was big man.
He was big man. But you know what I thought was dope though? Because I was like, oh, that type of energy. But she completely understood. And she feels horrible about it because she says she knows how it feels. You're waiting all week to get this visit with this person. And, you know, you're sitting in front of the computer. They never show. One, it's hurtful. It hurts your feelings and it's embarrassing. So she completely understands. And I thought it was dope that she could understand because
she's been in that
She's been-
position, right?
Exactly. Versus us. And it's like, damn, why you got that energy? Just call me tomorrow. Like, you know
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. But yeah, she says that they do have one scheduled for the next day, but she doesn't know if he's gonna show because he already told her that he wasn't, and he's pissed off. So we shall
Yeah.
see.
Well. That was this episode of Love During Lockup. If you guys have not already, please make sure that you are hitting that like button if you haven't already.
You comment.
And you please hit that subscribe. We're getting there. We're getting there, y'all. Slowly but surely, we're getting there.
Thanks to you guys.
So please make sure you're subscribing, you're sharing, and make sure, and the notification
bell. Yeah, right. she kind of took off.
I was going on a rant. But yes, and make sure you're following us on all the platforms, the TikTok, the Twitter, the Facebook, and the IG. And we will catch you next week for another review of Love During Lockup. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Good night.